As usual, YouTube actually has to.
Hey, my token isn't changed.
I forgot.
That's fine.
I think you mean you chose the better token of the two.
Listen, he hates all of his old art.
Well, that's unfortunate because I don't hate his new art because that would be impolite. I strongly prefer the other one and have no feelings of love or benevolence toward the new one.
I wanted
I
to
just
take her
hate
new art
everything.
and old art.
I don't know. Years?
Wow.
Or minutes?
I hate everything the moment I do it.
I hate things before I do them.
Impressive.
That's pretty good.
Anyways,
I'm amazing and have no faults.
welcome to D&D. Last time, you guys went looking for Stefan and were unable to find him. Passy also scouted ahead to see the skyboat on the water boat. Was not able to gather much information, but at least you know where it is now. I believe
It
most
was
of the
on
session
fire.
was you guys just looking for Stefan and not finding him. Correct me if
Pretty
I'm wrong.
much.
That's right.
I don't even remember if we decided we were actually going to go looking for the ship to do things to it. I remember us being slightly toward that goal at the end, but I don't remember if we decided on anything.
Perfect.
Well, should we go check out that ship then? Says Chug.
Did Patsy come back?
I'm pretty sure she came back.
A long time ago. I think we just got done tossing his house.
Yeah, we talked with his father, who's probably gonna go and find out that I don't exist. I gotta figure out a grift for that one.
Oh, right. The NPC that we decided was his father, yes. Because he stopped some random person in the hall and interrogated them. That did happen.
I think he stopped us. I don't remember at this point.
He tried to sneak by, and you guys interrogated him. He's like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm out. You're like, no, come here.
Well, if he ends up dead, we know it's his fault.
Good point.
Well, the boat doesn't do us much good without a captain. Would it be captain? Pilot?
Yeah, pilot, captain,
I think
driver.
captain implies that he has some authority when he decidedly doesn't.
He has alcohol instead.
I prefer wheel slave.
Hmm.
Sorry, wheel unpaid intern.
I mean, I'm not one to kink shame, but
He did
The
request to be paid in wine, which I think you guys agreed to, or something.
yeah,
He
an
hasn't-
exorbitant amount.
Wine
didn't-
and money.
He never
Yeah.
learned the fundamental rule that you never do the job for the wine. You always do the job for the money to buy the wine. He's getting a little of both, but he really should have gone all in on one. Unless he's
Well, I think the
diversifying
wine
his
was
income
a
streams.
throw-in. I think the wine was a throw-in on the
Yeah.
8 gold deal, which is fucking insane.
Yeah. That was not my
Anyway.
smartest move.
I have to figure out how to do an Irish accent again. And
Why
That's
start
fine.
now?
I feel attacked.
Literally were. Well, the skyboat doesn't do us much good without a wheel slave, so we should find him first.
Where?
Or we could potentially just hijack whoever's on there and press them into service.
We could. Probably cost us less.
True. Slavery is cheap. Involuntary servitude.
Why does every game I play in involve slavery somehow?
Because you showed up.
There were slaves in the South before the Colonel showed up. I just want to clarify that.
In
I don't
your
know
game-
as much about Eberron, though.
In your game, we just all started out as slaves.
Yeah. That one works pretty good.
It's a smooth way to get him in there.
So, what are you guys doing here?
Well, since
Well,
yes,
Stefan's proved to be kind of a pain in the ass so far, so if we don't run into him, I'm all for enslaving the current wheel slave.
I assume they don't have a
Stefan's
wheel slave if
unreliable.
they.
Sorry, go ahead.
I assume they don't have a wheel slave if they had to bring it on a bigger boat. I imagine they only have a regular wheel slave and they came to look for a proper wheel slave.
I mean, we could just put the bag over anybody's head who's got a dragon mark.
But we all have. Yeah, we already have one in our pocket. If he's
That's
still
true, but-
alive.
Yes, he seems to be more of a bird in the bush.
I can yell at him tomorrow.
Do we want to wait until tomorrow?
We should figure out who owns the skyboat. Because they might have a guy to fly it already. And
I
if it's
don't
the
think that would be a
same
good
guy,
idea.
then that's where he went. He might be paying him more.
Is there much of a seedy underbelly presence of House Thrashk in the city?
There's definitely at least some presence of each of the houses here in Thornport, yes.
Does Chug feel confident that we could find a guy without many morals, willing to ask very few questions, and find Stefan with his mark of finding for us?
That's
You remember what city
basically
we're in, right?
that's basically the default in Thornport, yes.
Okay, that's fair. And if we want to find someone with one mark, why don't we find someone with another mark who finds things with his mark? We should find a magical bounty hunter, is what I'm saying.
Is that expensive?
Probably. Maybe we'll get lucky and find another one who will work for wine.
We have an unending supply of wine.
I have
I'm working
half
on
a
that.
bottle.
Sounds perfect. Let's go.
Do I know anyone who I could turn to for this in the city?
Well, since we're going to be going around the city, let's activate this.
I would also like to know that.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do I have any contact with a mark of finding already?
I will say likely most of you have your contacts in the city for finding other contacts as Gary of the Devilish Raven.
Gotcha. Well, maybe we should saunter our way back to the Devilish Raven. Maybe we'll be incredibly lucky and Stefan will have rambled back there, since that's the place he seems to like to drink.
I swear to God, if we spend the entire session in this fucking bar,
Classic. Alright, well.
The entire game's gonna be us going between a random street and the bar, doing nothing, having the time of our lives.
yeah, I'll
Essentially
let
just-
start taking outside contracts.
Asking the owner the same question over and over again, but slightly different.
Perfect. So it's
Alright.
now a bit after midday that you guys been searching for a while. Passy has gone and done her scouting ahead, and those of you looking for Stefan and spent some time just looking around the city, fruitlessly, unfortunately. And the bar's pretty empty right now. There's not really any people around. Just Gary at the counter, like always, just polishing a few dishes.
This guy works 20-hour shifts for no patrons.
Yep, that's Gary.
Yeah, that's the life. Gary, has Stefan been around here today?
I thought you were all going out to find Stefan.
We
can't find him.
failed.
I see. No, he hasn't been here today.
Is he telling the truth? The
Inside
lying motherfucker. Insight. My other character. Oh, I'm very good at these.
You don't really get a read one way or another.
The mustache gets in the way.
That's
Mhm.
slick.
Yes, steampunk Dr. Eggman is very hard to read.
Keep telling you, Dr. Eggman is already steampunk.
More steampunk.
Just staple gears on it? Like,
Yes.
okay.
Guys, imagine steampunk Bioshock.
Hey, Gary. We're looking for a marked bounty hunter. Would you happen to know of anyone who could get the job done and keep quiet about it afterward? Ideally for reasonable wages.
I gather that you're trying to use this bounty hunter to find Stefan, then.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Not likely to find many that are going to be willing to do things quietly for very cheap. Kind of have to pick one or the other there.
Well, I suppose quiet is the priority then.
Well, I mean, you could just see if you could find anyone at the local House Thrask branch. Honestly, almost anyone you find there would probably be willing to take on this kind of work.
Yes, I suppose that would be the above board and very sane way to do it. Do you think I'll need a disguise?
Why?
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
That's the spirit. Thank you, Gary. I'm gonna throw a piece of copper at him.
Your disguise hurt last time.
Gary doesn't even respond to the copper this time. He just lets it hit the wall. He doesn't try to catch it this time.
I saunter back on over.
Later in this campaign, you're going to be 3 copper short.
It's gonna cost me a magic item 3/4 of the way through.
True.
Gonna have to come back here and kill him.
Loot
Because
is
there's no
precious
other way
copper.
to regain 3 copper.
Nope, not a single other way. Any other questions for Gary?
No.
All right. Well, that was something.
Well, tell him if Stefan wanders in to, hold him here.
Okay, let's spend 5 days just waiting for him to come back
Yes.
and roleplay all of them.
Perfect.
He's
Real time.
definitely gonna be dead at that point.
So,
Why
I
do we
guess-
need the guy to keep it quiet?
That's a very good question. That's just kind of
Yeah.
the default, I suppose.
We can just ask to help us find our friend and not say why or anything. And then why would they remember?
I suppose I was thinking more along the lines of they're probably going to put together the most worthless member of their house disappearing at the same time as the airship that can only be piloted by one of the worthless members of their house. And
Hey,
if
that
there's a
people
paper
was looking
trail,
for.
yes, maybe. Eh. Secrecy is fun.
You do have a point.
And they could just pay them to find him again when he's working for us.
Curses, I hadn't thought of that. Well, that's why we be quiet about it. If all of them deny that I've got nothing.
But they don't need to know that we stole him and asked to find him if they just go to find him anyway.
What we need is a decoy, so that they think he's never left the city. We'll pay a homeless man to be him, and just to drink a lot of wine all day. No one will know the difference.
Do we have to pay for another guy's wine now?
We're not really going to give him wine. It's going to be a lot of red dye, I think, in water. The trick is to find a homeless man who is really, really thirsty and cares more about the hydration than the alcohol.
This plan is flawless.
Okay, so do you find a homeless man first, or do you head to House Thrask first?
No, we'll worry about the homeless man after. When it seems likely we'll actually get him out of the city.
Does there seem to be a good supply of homeless men to choose from?
They are probably all assassins, but I assume so.
Yeah, that's Throneport.
Maybe that's even better. We get a homeless man who looks like him who is an assassin to assassinate anyone who comes looking for him.
Stefan gains a hell of a reputation while he's away.
Throneport itself, just as a city, is kind of homeless because it's like a political gray area where none of the surrounding countries want to touch it, and it's not really a country itself either.
It's DC.
Yeah, but like even less regulated. Even less
Singapore or Hong Kong?
You know what's perpetually bothered me? On this map, it shows the distance from 0 to 1 miles. And the distance from 1 to 2 miles is absolutely larger than that.
I think it's optical
Is it?
illusion. I mean, I didn't make the measurement to scale here, but
Yeah, they're the same length.
It's exactly the same.
My God.
This is the power of science.
power of optical illusions.
Did a project about optical illusions in middle school. That's a common one. Good shit.
I wonder if we can use an optical illusion to find Stefan.
If we just put a giant alcohol in the sky, a huge version of the molecule.
The wine signal.
Alright, where's Skid Row in this town?
The entire town.
Right. Where's the nearest homeless person?
No, we're skipping that step.
Are we? Sorry. Alright.
We're lost in our own convolution.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. How about we go ahead and see if there is a captain for the boat already.
Okay, yeah, you could head down to the port if you want. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, Passy, go ask them who flies the boat.
I think I did. They didn't know. They just
How?
deliver the boat.
Well, either way, you all know where the port would be, so you could head down there. Wouldn't take you very
Yeah, let's
long
all go to
to
the
walk.
port.
Alright.
The people on the boat don't know about the sky boat. They're just boating the boat.
There's nobody on the sky boat.
It didn't look like it. I don't know why they'd just be sitting in there.
Get on the sky boat and pose as the crew came with the sky boat.
We still can't fly it.
Well, we just don't have that part.
Did you tell us about how small the skyboat is?
The skyboat's not very large. It's more like it's like a speedboat on the back of a cruise ship. It's being carried as cargo.
I do a really ineffectual it's this big.
When we
Well,
make our way to there, do we
Yep.
indeed see the ship
you
with
do.
the little ship on it?
There are various ships in the port. Some of them are larger, some of them are smaller, some of them have sails, and some of them, instead of sails, have just rings of water flowing out of the ocean over them and then back down into the ocean again, just in a perfect circle. Some of them have several. Some of them have both sails and these rings of water. On the back of one of the larger ships is indeed, you can see, just a very small ship near the front. It's kind of held up above the deck so that the ring of fire that you can see going around the smaller ship does not touch the deck.
Do you think he's already on the skyboat?
I don't think anybody's on the skyboat. It seems a little small for anybody to be on the skyboat unless they have a god kind of lying down on his belly waiting for anyone to come steal it. Which is what I would do, but I think it unlikely, on account of I don't own a boat.
You're also over here.
That is also very fair.
Why don't you go look?
I did.
Did you?
He could be in a closet or something.
Go see.
Okay. Going to attempt to walk up onto the boat again.
Okay. Let's just do one of these then. Might take a minute to load.
It's stuck at 90% like everything ever.
I see 60.
This is a big old dock.
This is a larger map, yes.
Like it just started at 90. I mean, oh, there we go.
Nice.
Alright. So you said there's a big ass ring of water around this boat, or was that just other boats?
This boat does indeed have a pretty large ring of water around it. It also has sails. It's one of the larger boats.
Okay. So presumably, if there's some kind of elemental presence on, rather, if there's some, fuck, that's Leroy's voice. I'm not doing a voice right now. I'm mentally exhausted.
What
Understandable.
the fuck is this? Who the... Hang
What's
on.
that?
Why are we 5 tokens?
Oh. Blip.
The almighty camera is with us.
The almighty camera.
Love that guy.
I just assumed you would have Stefan with you before you came to this map, so I put him there by default, but he is not there.
He's with us in spirit, as he is in spirits.
So at this point, Passy, as you're approaching the gangplank, people have kind of been watching you come down the dock, but they just assumed maybe you're just looking at the boat. But now it's clear that you have intent to board, and somebody standing, we'll say standing right here, I don't have a token, but stops you. It's like, yes, can I help you, miss?
I shoot him.
What?
It's probably just the wind.
Skyrim. I get it. Is anyone on the boat that's on fire?
The boat, oh, the airship. No, we're delivering that. Hasn't the owner hasn't yet to come to pick it up. It's actually kind of annoying.
I can run a message to them if you want.
They should already know that it's here. Thank you, though.
Okay. Is this the same guy I talked to last time?
No, somebody else. Last time was a dwarf. This looks like a half-elf.
Does Passy know the difference between a dwarf and a half-elf?
One's taller.
Can I help you with anything else?
Who would buy a boat that's on fire?
Kind of blinks at you for a second. It's not on fire. Never mind. What people buy isn't my business. We just deliver things.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. He just watches you go down the dock.
As he confuses literally everyone.
Passy's confusion is contagious.
People get really confused that she's managing to be confused about things.
Pretty much.
Did Patsy just jump in the water?
No.
She had better jump in the water at some point in this campaign. If she doesn't, I'm booting her into the water.
Last time she went in water, a sword ate her kidney.
That's just
All
a
right,
feature.
Patsy. What did you find out?
Everything that I already told you. The fireboat's empty. The boat doesn't know about the fireboat. That's it.
That's not very useful.
You told me to go. This is your fault.
All right. I don't want to go talk to them because I look like a frightening thug. Thug, rather. Somebody who doesn't look intimidating needs to go talk to them and find out if there's already a Dragon Marked captain on that boat.
At what point are we going to start getting diminishing amounts of non-suspicion as we send a continuous stream of different people to ask about the boat in the
Or
space of
Patsy
like 10
could go
minutes?
back.
They said they don't. I asked those people
Is-
and they said no.
Is directly approaching the staff of the ship carrying it the best solution? I feel like more paperwork can be involved.
I'm just saying that nothing is going to happen.
In what context? A lot of nothing could happen in a good way, or nothing will definitely happen in a bad way. In a don't worry guys, nothing's gonna happen sort of way. Which kind of nothing are we talking about?
I'm
Nothing,
confused.
as in no progress, and we won't get paid again until we make progress.
Oh yes, I absolutely agree with you there. But
So
can we wait
we
until
either
night
need
and have
to-
someone sneak on board? You seem like you're probably the best at that out of any of us.
Probably, I could sneak on board, do some reconnaissance. Is that
Might give
what
us
we want
better
to do?
results than Passy asking about the fireboat for a third time. Or me asking about the fireboat for a first time.
Why are we
etc.
trying to sneak on the boat?
I think there was some confusion as to whether or not there was a wheel slave already employed in the boat.
Steph's dead.
I think it's probably fairly safe to say that since this boat arrived in the port, there is a captain on board.
Of the boat.
If they're both powered by elementals, it doesn't really matter what kind.
Yes, it does.
Why is that, Passy? It makes perfect sense to me.
Because one guy needs the mark to fly the skyboat.
You think that they don't need a mark to control, presumably, the water elemental that's controlling or powering this other boat?
Is it the same mark?
Magic is magic, Passy. Tattoo magic is
Yes.
tattoo magic. Especially.
Chuck gets it. So, are we going to kill time until it's dark out and then I can go check out what's going on the boat?
Yes, I think I'd still like to go look for Stefan. I'm not entirely convinced they have someone. My pet theory is still they came here to look for someone to pilot the boat.
They said they were delivering it to somebody.
Yeah, but they didn't know, did they? That's exactly what I'd tell my minions if I wanted them to think I was doing something different than I was, which I would if I was doing so.
To buy a boat?
Perhaps. Maybe it's not even a boat at all, or maybe they're not even buying it. We'll not know until the other shoe drops, and we still haven't found the first. The first is Stefan, by the way. I don't know why he's a shoe.
That's
He'd be a bad shoe.
Perhaps. But you know, when a shoe gets dirty, you beat it against the wall until it's no longer dirty. I'm
You
not
could
literally
wash it. suggesting.
Well, yes, we could, quote unquote, wash Stefan. I think I had suggested that before, and people looked at me like that was not an acceptable thing to do to a human being, or a sentient being, at any rate. I am sorry for being so human-centric. This cursed town.
Yeah,
I'm-
but where is he though?
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna head for the bounty hunter boys
Yeah, I'm
in their
following Chug.
little house of drones.
Okay. So again, it doesn't take you too long to get across town. You would know that the Bounty Boys, which is, yes, their canonical name now, are up here.
Northward.
Just not too far away from the Devilish Raven, actually. You guys went from like here all the way down here, and then back up to here.
It's good exercise.
Yes, indeed. But it's taken up a good bit of time.
Right. Do any malicious forces present themselves on our walk?
They do not, no. I mean, there's plenty of malicious forces, but seems like none of them present themselves to you in particular. It is Throneport, after all.
Yes.
But either way, you arrive, and there's a single-story building that... I don't know, have any of you been to this place before? Have any of you needed a bounty hunter for anything?
I would have
probably
gone here
would've.
for work.
Not sure they would employ you without their dragon mark.
Sure, yeah. I still might have come here looking for work.
That's fair. So you would have at least seen it before. Maybe you're the one who navigated everyone here. We'll say that.
Perfect.
Discriminating sons of bitches.
You see the place before you that rejected you last time you were looking for work. A single-story building, not very large, but still intimidating. It seems very well kept. Everything is made of stone, and it's all just kept very clean, which is strange for Throneport because everything here is so dirty. There is a metal door with a slide in it, and several kind of barred windows in the front.
Walk up to the door, and if you hit it in exactly the least suspicious way.
Okay. Roll me
So
performance.
he taps the Megalovania theme.
Yes. Roll me performance to see how not suspicious you are.
I'm not a cop. I say out loud.
Brilliant. You walk
These
up
people-
and you knock on the door really lightly at first. It's like not loud enough. You have to keep retrying it louder, and it seems really awkward.
So much finesse.
Mm-hmm. The slide pops open just to the side very quickly and hastily, and you see a couple of eyes with green skin on the other side, kind of pale green skin. Yes, can I help you?
Cop.
I'm not a cop. Yes, we're here looking to employ someone for work. Can we come in?
I figured that much. What is the nature of your request?
I turn back. I think
Passy
we're
is
trying to find
watching a
someone.
bird.
I'm gonna
We're trying to
waddle
find
up.
someone.
Yes, that is what we do. I assumed as much. Let me put it more bluntly. Is this going to be shady business or a bit more above ground work?
I would say that shady is in the eye of the beholder, not to use beholder in vain. We're not asking you to kill anybody particularly, if that's what you're asking about.
This bird is red.
Yes,
job,
very good,
Passy.
Passy.
Will Garfield allow Chug to stick his nose up into vision?
Yeah, I'll pick up
Nose
Chug
only.
so that he can talk into the... What's it called? Into the slit.
I love the picture of a nose just rising into vision from below.
Just the nose.
Yes. Perfect.
Hello, sir.
Are you with him?
Yes. We're looking for one. Stefan de Lerendar. He is a notable drunk. Our friend, he has gone missing.
He's a world-class drinker.
He is a world-class drinker, yes. We are simply looking for him. We fear he may be dead. He hasn't come by his usual haunts.
I see. We can certainly get somebody on that. And again, so you're not looking to have him killed, but is this something we should be discussing with the wardens, or is this something that we should be...
The wardens are very likely already been contacted about this matter.
I see. This is going to be pretty pricey then.
If it must, it must.
Well, very well. 100 gold pieces now. We'll send somebody out. You pay another 100 gold pieces to get him from us later. Don't pay up
What's
the
the
second
tenor?
100, and we keep him here.
And what is the turnaround time on that?
Do you think he's still in Throneport, or do you think he's left?
If he has left, then there are forces involved that are considerably beyond our understanding of the scope of the situation. We have no reason to think there are any malicious actors involved.
What do you do with him if you keep him here?
He just looks at you. Are you near the door, or did you just kind of like call that out from back behind everybody?
I'm not sure where I am. My internet cut out, and then we were here.
Oh, great. Well, to catch you up then, real quick. You guys went to the port. You looked at the skyboat on the boat, as Passy calls it. Determined that you're still going to need Stefan to pilot it, or you need to find somebody else to pilot it. That is dragon marked. And then you came up here to the House Thrask, which are bounty hunters, in order to have them track down Stefan for you.
So we're just working on the assumption that it'll be no trouble whatsoever to take possession of the boat.
Absolutely.
Because we don't seem to be planning that at all. We're already looking for pilots.
A pilot is required for us to steal the boat. Like, if we get on there and we have no pilot, it just stays there.
But we're just taking it like as given that we're going to take possession of the boat, with no discussion as to how we're going to do this.
We'll worry about that later. We gotta get Stefan in the basement first. He's the variable that we can control now.
Yep. Does anyone have pliers?
I have artisan's tools and tinker's tools. I probably have several pairs of pliers.
That's good. That'll do.
Well, to answer your question,
Stefan.
we keep him here for a bit. We release him to the wardens, because you've already told us that this is something you want to keep away from them. And then...
My bird flew away.
No, we don't mind if the wardens find him in the end. They're just worried about whether he's dead or not. Being a member of a house could reflect poorly upon them. Frankly, if you turned him over to the wardens, it'd be no skin off our backs. Are you telling us we should just leave the second payment and you'll simply deliver him into friendly hands?
You bring us the second payment, we'll give him to you. No issues.
And how long do you think it will take you to find him?
If he's still in Throneport, less than a
Yeah.
day.
I'm gonna shrug. I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of gold coins down on the desk, or through the. I guess I'm putting them like coins into a vending machine, I suppose.
Well, if
You
you're
can
holding...
only see your nose, so you have to reach up and just.
Yes.
So
No,
you-
I'm holding him up.
Okay. Even better. So you're holding out coins then.
Yes. And
The door creaks open and a hand reaches out.
and
Put
all
him
of
through
my.
the slot anyway.
I'm gonna do that. Yes. All of my money has been reverted to my first character, or not my when I first joined the game. I currently have the 57 gold remaining, and not what we got paid. So I don't know how much I actually have because I spent a good amount last session, frivolously.
You never do that. Especially not now.
So I'm gonna try to figure that out, and at the moment just mark down that I have 100 gold deficit from what I'm gonna end up with.
Alrighty, that works.
After I drop all the coins through, what happens?
After you start dropping a few coins through, the door just reaches out and grabs the pouch from you, unless you try to resist.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to hold on to it.
There's more than 100 in there.
There is way more than 100 in there.
Give me an athletics check then. He manages to just barely. He rolled a 19 total. You kind of tug back and forth with the pouch for a little bit, and then he manages to pull it from your grasp. And he starts just counting coins on the side.
I expect a receipt.
Oh, I thought this was an off-record job. I thought you mentioned that.
Yes,
Did
we
I?
don't need a receipt.
Nah, fine. I'm gonna drop down and mutter.
He tosses you back the rest of the coins.
Are they all there?
Are they all there?
It sounds like Chug doesn't even know how many coins he has right now.
Chug does not know how many coins he has.
But sure, we'll say they're all there.
You win this time, Bounty Boy. I don't know what you win, but you win something.
They're all there minus the few that you started pushing through the slot, and those are not there. Well, come back here sometime. Either late tonight if we're lucky, or early tomorrow morning. We should have them for you, hopefully.
Tally ho, then.
He just squints his eyes at you, and then the slide closes again.
Did you just pay someone to kidnap him?
I legally purchased him.
None of that seemed legal. And I think it might cost way more because you made it needlessly shady for some reason.
I was as forthright as I possibly could have been.
We'll use him as a wheel slave now, since we own him.
I think everything that we just did was perfectly legal. And very cool.
Which is
course.
why it was so weird that you're so shady about it. You know, and like, also, would it cost less to just tell him to come back home instead of kidnapping?
Not now that they know I can pay them 100 more gold and not do anything about it. I think they would have found a way to charge us 200 gold or more, regardless. I really don't think the 100 gold was really the fee for the finding. I really think it is just a convoluted process to get us to pay lots of money or have him die.
If it's gonna take a day, I can just send him a message tomorrow morning,
The slide
and
in the
that's
door.
free.
The slide in the door opens back up, and you hear a voice come back out. Are you all just gonna loiter on my doorstep For
I'm gonna
all that
throw a
anything.
copper coin at him.
Yeah.
Roll an attack roll to see if it hits the door or goes through the slot.
Oh boy, time to figure out how to attack again. And I have no idea how to attack. There we go.
Okay, that'll do. Yep, that's plenty. So you managed to just yeet the copper coin real quick through that crack. And then on the other side, yep, that hits him just in the eye.
Perfect.
Ah, it just slams the slide closed again.
So what do you want to do for the rest of the day?
He takes 8 bludgeoning damage. Perfect. Poor guy.
That's enough to kill a very weak man.
Dude, you just took out his eye.
Very likely, yes.
Yeah. It's a risk.
Next time we see him, he'll have a sick eye patch.
He should have put glass up if he didn't want people to stab him in the eye.
It
Put
is-
coins through there.
It is
Never worked
Thrumport,
security
after
in a
all.
brothel before.
I don't think they expect people to yeet coins through the slot. It's a new one.
Do you think they're going to not do the job you gave them money for since you attacked them
Probably.
and also try to kill us?
Yeah, we're probably going to die now.
Did we establish a rendezvous point, or are we just coming back at time?
The
My
bar?
brain is bad.
Our rendezvous point for the job, I think they assumed we would come back here. I feel like I remember that being what he said, that they'd find him in a day or whatever and we could come pick him up.
We're still just standing here.
Yes.
You are.
Okay, let's make our way back to, I guess, the port district so that we can get ready to do some recon at night.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we'll assume you guys just wait for a few hours until night falls then.
yes.
Spooky.
Do we drink while we're doing this?
That is up to you.
Like our favorite pastime.
I'm gonna drink a small amount, and by a small amount I mean a large frothing mug of not ale. Something weird, something experimental.
Made of snails.
Human.
Probably, yeah. I use snail mucus as the frothing agent.
Anyone who wants to drink during this time can just spend a few copper to do so.
Alright.
Unless you want to get fancy.
It smells funny. I don't want it.
So, the
I love that it's literally been 52 minutes of listening to you tack on your keyboard.
Oh, fuck, I'm
It's-
sorry.
it's a beautiful sound.
I was just gonna ask who was jumping up and down on the keyboard.
Yeah,
assumed it was
sorry.
your
I
goat.
just had my my sensitivity super low or super high rather for the
I mean, it's exactly the same volume as your voice.
yeah.
There's always push to talk.
There is always push to talk. We'll just turn that
Oh,
up.
Oh god, why did you make your voice quiet? Now it'll be completely dwarfed by the key.
How's this?
Better. Thank
That's
you.
good.
I fucking hate push to talk, but here you go.
Thank you, Mountain.
Oh, it's now late in the evening. It is dark out. Most of the hustle and bustle of the dock has left at this point, but there's still, you see a few people keeping watch on the deck of this boat. It's well lit. There's some lights along the road here, as well as along the dock itself. You can see along the sides of the boat as well, there are some windows with some lights coming out from them here and there as well.
I'm just like an old beggar at this point. My nose is still sticking out, of course. Otherwise, it's all dark, oily rags. Not really oily, but they look oily.
With a nose poking out.
Yes. And a little hat.
Alright, so Chug is disguised.
That's a big ass boat.
Yep. You guys are chilling in an alley right now, with view of the boat, but I mean, not the least conspicuous.
How many sinister guards do we see?
It's kind of
And
hard
how
to
many
see because
non-sinister?
yes, indeed. It's kind of hard to see because of you're below the deck of the boat, and you kind of only see a few heads pass by the edges of the boat here and there. But I don't know, just by what you see happen to pass by, you could estimate 5 or 6. But there may be more farther back. None of them look sinister.
Are you gonna break into the boat now?
You're gonna break into the boat?
I assumed that we were here for Garfield to break into the boat. We briefly discussed it earlier. I don't know if you were disconnected for that.
That must have been.
Well, he hasn't spoken since he switched to push to talk, so I just assumed
That
he
is
already
fair.
forgot.
What's up?
You're apparently breaking into a boat.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry, I am so fucking drained.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright. I'm gonna roll some stealth checks then and sneak up on this boat.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
just,
guidance you.
to be clear, are you just gonna walk up the gangplank, or are you gonna try to go in through one of the lower windows? What's your plan here?
Man, swimming feels like a bad idea.
I could.
Does anyone have flying?
I think that Stephanie has flying.
What?
Doesn't your
Remember
magic
that
loot-
special instrument? don't
Which
give a
special
shit.
instrument?
I think your instrument of the bards lets you cast fly once per day for free. Your DOS loot.
Yeah, you can cast
Whatever.
Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil Good, Entangle, Fairy Fire, or Shillelagh.
Many of those would be helpful here.
Not or. That's one each.
Yeah, it's
The
amazing.
instruments of the bards are stupid.
Right. Yep, you're right. Once this wouldn't cast that spell. Yep.
Can make Garfield a flying invisible man. It'd be beautiful.
If
Hold
only
my concentration.
concentration didn't exist. Yeah.
We could tie a rope to Chug and let him have concentration of one of them.
What
Um,
happened?
Chug might need
Sounds
some
like I
bar
don't
levels.
really.
Perhaps.
Yeah, sounds like I don't really have much in the way of good ways to sneak in. Are there obvious lower windows that would get me in there?
Yes, there are. It looks like a couple lower decks that have windows. It actually looks like, especially along the sides near the bottom, there are holes that are not currently open, but you can see them because there's light streaming through like the edges. That are probably where cannons would point out. Then above that, there are some more just larger windows that just have light streaming out of them. You can occasionally see somebody walk by.
Oh,
Being invisible would probably be neat.
it would. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the invisibility from whoever's offering it.
How do I do that?
You cast it.
Just say you're casting it. That's fine.
I'm casting it. I wish I could find it in my inventory, but I don't know where it is.
It's
Oh,
always
it
done
won't be in your
D&D.
inventory. It'll be in spellbook.
It might not be though because
Oh, because
it's an item and not a
Yeah, right.
It's not an actual spell. It's
I know it's in here somewhere. I
Right.
don't know why I don't see it.
It might be in your limited actions on D&D Beyond.
I
Doesn't matter.
I
I'm
see it
gonna
in
start
your
doing the
equipment.
infiltration.
okay, yes. So are you casting invisibility then, Squid?
If that's what he'd like, yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Garfield poofs into invisibility.
I'm so sneaky. I guess I can roll my first stealth check now for rolling out there.
Sure.
Alright.
I just say don't mess up and give him an additional D4.
Dope. Because I need that 23. Actually, I rolled really bad on this. Alright, so that's how stealthy I am. Moving through the light, trying not to pick up too much dust. Or whatever you find on docks. Fish.
Yes, that's the exact equivalent.
Everything's pretty wet. You don't see a lot of dry dust.
Alright, trying not to splash too much. Step over the puddles, you know how to do.
There's just a cloud
Stay on top
fish.
of the beams. Boop boop. Not actually moving this fast, Eric's just an impatient boy. Alright. Time to play hopscotch up the gangplank. Now I gotta tiptoe.
Okay.
Do I see any guards?
Yes,
Oh,
hold
there's
there.
one.
Hold there for a second, please. Actually, just how that was supposed to work. That's fine.
What is this?
I put them on the wrong level of. Okay, if you take one step further, there we go. Now
I
you're.
explode. Oh shit.
Now you're okay.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so you teleported to the real boat, and now your token is still visible down there. There we go.
Alright. But myself is not visible. Alright, so there's two guards.
Two guards on that portion of the deck you can see. Yes, there's a door over here, and a door over here as well. And then there are stairs that go up on either side of you on these four corners.
Alright, and these doors are all closed?
All the doors, yes, the doors are all closed at the moment. These here are windows as well.
Okay. Do I know how long invisibility lasts?
It's magic. It just works.
It's magic, yeah. I'm not sure what Garfield
Yeah.
would know about that.
Mm-hmm.
He could roll Arcana.
Should I roll Arcana?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
No, I have 10 intelligence.
I just feel like the spell to turn invisible is the only spell that I would expect a rogue to have looked into.
Oh,
I was
that's
a
fair.
soldier in the war, though.
Oh, well then.
Would I have told him how long it's gonna last?
Did you?
You got the opportunity to.
Does it last until you stop playing your instrument?
I don't know, but I assume that Squid knows. So Squid would have told him.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's probably an hour. Everything's an hour.
Will I get a sense when it's starting to fade?
Since you're not the one maintaining concentration on the spell, probably not.
Alright. Then I will just play real paranoid the whole time.
I mean, you will eventually just suddenly see your hands in front of you, things like that. You know, you'll be aware of your nose again finally. But
Mm-hmm.
Invisibility lasts 1 hour.
Alright. I don't know that, though. I'm going to check the upper deck for guards.
yep, there's one there.
This here is the fire ship.
Yes. It's
Okay.
fairly high up in the air above you, but it is there, because the ring of fire goes down around underneath it without touching it.
Alright. Is there like a gangplank to that?
There's no gangplank up to it. It doesn't look like it's intended to be boarded, but it is on basically a bunch of kind of stilts.
I see. Do
So
I see any entrance?
Go ahead and roll me another stealth check, please.
Cool. Advantage. I'm invisible. Much better.
Wonderful. So you feel like if you weren't invisible, you would have just been walking right through this guy's field of view, but thanks to invisibility, you were fine. He didn't hear you
Thank
over the
goodness that
sounds,
doesn't last 1 minute.
over the sounds of the splashing waves. Okay, so
Yeah.
what are you taking a look at on the boat?
I want to see if there are any like ports of entry on like windows analogous to this thing. entries on the bottom.
Yes, definitely
It's
much.
not for water.
Yeah, much fewer compared to this larger boat, but it does appear to have some hatches along the sides. Yes.
All right. Anything open?
Not at the moment, no.
All right. I will just continue around the place. Oh, the path collides with at least one wall.
Here, I'll just. There you go.
Yeah. All right, and I will circle back down. Whoops, that's always surprising.
Magic.
Magic. All right, are these guards patrolling at all?
These, you know what? Make me an insight check. See if you can get a vibe check on them.
Insight. Vibe check, but with a pipe.
Yes. They don't appear to be like keeping very strict watch. They're just kind of here. It seems like if they are intending to keep watch, they're pretty casual about it.
Damn. Is there any way? I'm gonna circle around this guy instead of pushing past him. Are there windows here that I can see on for the captain's quarters?
No windows there. There's windows on this other side. There is a door here. Or here, though. Yes, wrong window.
Okay, but like I'm not extra stupid. Is there a keyhole I can look through?
Yeah, you could take a look. Roll me a perception.
All right. Finally, something I have a modifier for.
It looks fairly dimly lit inside there, though there is some sort of light source. You can see part of the mast going through the room inside, but you don't see anyone near the mast, and you don't really see much other detail around that.
No bed or anything visible?
No, not from what you can see just through the keyhole.
How stoned do these dudes look?
How stoned?
Oh, unaware.
I mean, they're, like I said, they're pretty casual at the moment. They look like they're just kind of standing here. They look like they're basically here to see people trying to board the very obvious gangplank and not really paying much attention.
Okay. Well, before I start opening doors, I'm going to check out the other end of the boat that I remember the name of, but choose not to say. All right, there's a fourth guard. This is stuff I'll relay to all of you guys later. Oh, and the steering wheel is at the back of the boat. That's interesting. What's this thing I can't see?
Just a shadow without light.
I see.
And you don't have dark vision, I believe.
I do not. On account of being human.
Roll me another stealth check, please.
Alright. Oh, fuck. Okay. Forgot my character sheet was already up. 1, 2.
You don't see this guy react to it at all.
Alright. He's just playing it cool.
When you're invisible, you're not interacting with anything, and the sound of the waves are covering your steps, so it's not exactly the most difficult sneak.
Alright. So, oh shit, every time. Alright, I would like to see if I can sneak my way. How do I get off of
the gangplank's
I
right
see.
Here, where my answer is here. Yeah.
Boop. Alright. I'd like to see if I can get in below decks in one of those windows.
Okay, yes, a couple of them do appear to be open. Yes, you could see if you could swing through one. Although the nearest one currently would be over on this side.
Alright. What's this thing here?
If I actually kept up with making this map properly, there would be small boats hanging from those.
Okay. Can I try to, like, hang off the side and shimmy over to that window?
You can certainly try. Roll me acrobatics.
Take that.
Yeah, easy enough. Just the
Alright.
quick hop down onto there without slipping, and then seems like you can make your way over.
Alright. And then I'd
One
like
more-
to swing down the window.
Yeah, one more acrobatics
Stealth?
check to try and jump from there to the window. So All right.
All right.
So I'll
Man,
actually
rolling
put you-
acrobatics like a god.
You're gonna do a bunch of weird movement, but then you'll end up here.
Cool. All right. And I will poke my little nose in. I don't see anybody. How long has it been? Doesn't matter. Don't know how long stealth lasts.
Yeah, I would ask for another stealth check though after that. All right. Seems good.
Should start using that alt-click thing. All right. Can I? Is there a keyhole in this door? Can I see if there's anyone in the next room?
Perception check, please.
Oh! I don't think there's anyone in there.
It's very dim on the other side of here. It seems like there's a light, but it might be around a corner or something far away. You just see the brief little flicker. You can't really see much else in there. Just a bit of light. Maybe if you had dark vision, you could see better.
All right. I would like to very, very gingerly push open this door.
Make me a stealth check, please. Okay. So you start to creak open the door slowly. You see the guard here facing away from you.
Oh, okay. I saw because of the way the token looks,
Oh.
I was like, oh fuck.
No, that's just the default. I didn't give this a token.
I see. All right. Doesn't really look like there's anything in here for me. Do I see anything particularly?
Make me a perception check. There's not a lot in here, no. You see over here is a staircase that leads to, it leads lower, to a lower deck. You see here one of the doors to an outer deck, as you saw before.
Yeah.
I believe, hold on. Oh, I did not actually... Look, there's a door there. Over here.
Okay. I think I'm gonna just leave, realizing that the captain's quarters are on the other side of the boat. Ship, rather. And shut that door more stealthily than the
sound
game would imagine. Yeah. So I'll try again on that.
Yep.
Alright. And can I climb back up onto the ledge and just like abuse my fingers?
Are you trying to scale the ship vertically?
Yeah, I want to get to the other side of the ship and see if I can get one of the captain's windows.
The other side of the ship, as in
The other end,
four.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the four, right. Boatwards.
Boatwards. Yeah. Yeah, make me an acrobatics check to see if you can hop from the window and grab onto the ledge over here.
Y'all ready to hear a splash?
Yeah.
You seem fine,
Alright,
yeah. You managed
18.
to... Your foot kind of slips a little bit, but not so much that you couldn't correct yourself and still grab the ledge. It's not that far away.
Alright, so...
I will put your token back.
Good, and then I'm going to try and shimmy over. Shimmy-ya, shimmy-yay. You know how it goes. Boop, boop. Can you guys see any of this, or is it just like...
No.
I mean, you're invisible anyways.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the client. Alright, where's his window? Or her window? Their window?
Our window.
Actually, on this
That's
side,
it.
you see
Tommy.
very low the little bits of the holes where cannons would come out of, but you don't see any other windows easily accessible on this edge here.
Well, I guess it's time to do a pull-up and try to sneak past that guard upstairs, because...
Another stealth check, please. You feel very
Man,
stealthy.
I've rolled a lot of 19s this session. Alright. So this guy is just staring at the gangplank.
Yeah, that seems to be where they're kind of like casually looking around and just mostly like occasionally glancing over at the gangplank to make sure nobody's coming that way.
I feel pretty nice. All right, I'm going to slip in this door.
Stealth check, please.
Okay.
So you open
just-
the door, and it's pretty quiet, and
Mhm.
you're careful and aware enough of your surroundings to make sure that the two guards out here have their attention focused elsewhere right when the moment when you start pushing the door open. Unfortunately, on the other side of the door, there's this guy here who is looking down here and just seemed to catch the movement out of the corner of his eye and is now just looking at the door. And you're actually still out here. You can see through
right.
like the cracked door. You can see him, but he's just curiously looking at the cracked door, starting to move towards it.
I will leave.
All right. Make me a stealth check, please. Alright. He kind of, as you start to back away, he kind of like looks at the door, kind of moves it back and forth a little bit, and then, unironically, well, must be the wind, and then latches the door closed again.
Alright. Because Eric's forgotten, there were 7 guards on this ship that I ran into. Or 7 sailors, people here.
It's
Seamen.
their boat. They live here.
How many people, you're asking how many people Garfield encountered while he was running around?
Yes.
You saw this guy in here. You saw these two out here. You just saw that guy you just passed. You saw one guy
I saw
up top. You saw another guy down here. You saw one guy by the skyboat.
Yeah, let's see. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 7. Yeah.
There you go. So that's what Garfield has seen. Yes.
All right. I will. Is this guy? Oh, he's still. It must just be the wind.
This guy, the guy inside here.
Yeah.
He seems to think that the wind blew the door open.
All right. I am going to continue absconding until I reach my party.
Okay, one last stealth check, please. Easy enough.
Another 19. All right. And we'll skip all that stepping.
I'm slowly inventing a game where I hit a stick with a rock.
Oh.
I'm trying to learn this
Call
game
it
so I can be
stick
better
rock.
at it than Passy.
All right. And I will arrive and just like grab the rock out of the air. And then say boo.
My rock is alive now.
All hail rock.
Can you hit the stick?
I will also say, lo, my name is Skippy the Magic Moon Rock.
Pretty skippy.
I will then float Skippy over to Passy. Or that was Chuck, rather. To Chuck. And just have him sit on the shoulder. And then, I don't know. How do I get rid of invisibility?
I don't think you can. I think Squid has to.
Yeah. I think I could, like, attack the ground or something.
Oh,
I don't know if this rock is telling the truth.
Yeah, you have to attack or cast a spell.
Yeah. Alright.
You could hit me with the
In
rock.
true Skyrim style, I'm just gonna slash at the air with a dagger.
No idea to do that, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, Garfield just appears in front of you, and Squid, the spell drops that you were concentrating on.
Did you learn anything that I didn't already tell you?
I did. So, there are a number of chambers below decks, not all of which I was able to explore, but there are 7 crewmen or women, I didn't check, throughout the ship that I encountered, and presumably more under or further below decks. I was not able to break into the captain's quarters because I seem to have been rumbled at that time, but it doesn't seem like it's an overly well-guarded ship. The airship is just sitting there, ready for the taking.
I said there was people on the boat. No people on the skyboat.
Yes, but you didn't say how many.
You don't know how many either. You couldn't look everywhere.
What?
You didn't go everywhere. There could be more people.
Dang, Passy, I don't
Well,
see you.
yes, but you just said there were people.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
Could that be
whatever
fewer
you guys
people?
need with that. So what?
I'm sorry, I spaced out for quite a long time there.
Yes, that makes sense. On account of I was just sneaking around in a boat and you guys were playing with rocks.
Yes. We both made good progress.
Indeed.
I think asking nicely did the same
Is
thing
not
as the
going to
crying
work here.
friend.
We're trying to rob them.
And we have a map now. If you make a map. Could you make a map?
Does the map go up to the skyboat?
Does the map go up to the skyboat?
Did you go to the skyboat?
I did go to the skyboat. That's why I said it's just sitting there with one guard. I can kill him right now if you want. I can see.
We wouldn't be able to get the boat off the boat. Yeah. We wouldn't get to get the. I'm sorry. I need a minute.
Passy uses her hands to demonstrate this for the clearly troubled person. See, the bottom one is the boat, and the boat on the boat is the skyboat.
If we can't get skyboat off boat, I don't think killing the skyboat guard will help us.
Well, that's fair. I was just offering.
And I appreciate that about you. Perhaps we could steal the boat with the skyboat on it.
That is a potential option. It seems a little extreme.
Yes.
We
I
still
think
need
that we
a
just need to find
tattoo.
Stefan here.
What if we found the bounty hunter looking for Stefan? We followed him and then beat him up when he's about to take Stefan. Then we don't have to pay them the rest of the money.
I don't think we want to make enemies like that. There are only real companions in this world, right?
I suppose.
Criminals. Something honor among thieves. Basically, what I've learned today is that if we need to fight our way out, we can.
I believe that is a very fair assessment.
So, why don't we wait until they've found Stefan at the insert name of Bounty Hunter Academy and hiring location that I've forgotten.
House Thrash.
Sure, yeah, that.
I thought it was the Bounty Boys.
Well, those are the people, not the name of the institution.
Yo, I need to play in a team called the Bounty Boards one day.
Does it always take so many tiny crimes to make a big crime?
No, sometimes you just kill someone.
This is more fun.
I think the stick game was fun.
The stick game is always fun. It's one of the perks of having lots of little crimes. You get to play the stick game in between.
That's fair, yes. So, shall we go do something else for the night, like sleep?
Sounds good to me.
Alright. DM, we do that.
Dark time is nap time.
That's
So
silly.
you're just going to going back to the Devilish Raven to sleep then, or are you stopping by House Thrashk?
I mean, we could go. Oh, dude, was
We
that
should see
within
if
their
they
time
have it
frame?
yet. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should go check with House. Dushkuku.
Fish goo goo what?
I forgot the first syllable. Lurashk?
Thrashk.
Lurashk. Okay,
What
I'll
if
make
they
sure to
hate
really
us because he
aspirate
blinded
that.
one of them?
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Thank you.
You can just say I wasn't with you.
What?
You can just say I had nothing to do with you.
He just randomly popped up and negotiated for us and threw a coin.
He asked if you were with us, and you said yes.
I was a liar. Criminals do that.
And mysteriously, you're with us right now.
I mean, I could not be with you when you show up. That might be for the best.
Maybe put on a different disguise. They'll never know.
I'm wearing a different disguise now.
Well, then we're fine.
What if we go there, and when they see you, we punch you in the eye?
That could work. I'm willing to try that out.
Who's gonna punch you?
You can... Ooh, we'll do an auction. The person who wishes to punch me the most can pay me the greatest number of money, and I'll donate it to the cause.
We're not paying you.
We'll do a secret auction. Everyone gives their bids to me. No refunds.
I'll punch you for free.
I'm sure you would.
That's my offer. If anyone wants to top it, they can.
I'll let you shoot me, but you have to agree that I get to shoot you back.
Why would we hit you? You didn't blind a guy.
I don't know, for fun.
To be fair, I thought he was good enough to not get hit in the eye. I would have just, like, scraped all of the hair off the top of his scalp in a delicate arc if I'd known that he was gonna be so stupid as to let me hit him.
I punched Chug in the eye.
Roll me a unarmed attack roll, which with you would be a strength check plus proficiency.
And as we are not at the office, I don't want this to happen at the moment.
Oh Christ, my little buttons are all gone off the top of the screen. What the hell?
What did you do?
I don't know this damn system.
It's
Go
D&D
open your
5e.
character sheet.
I have my character sheet open.
Then click the word strength.
Does a 20 hit?
A 20 does hit.
Do you have just a +1 strength? Squid?
It looks that way, according to
dodge.
this algorithm.
I dodge gracefully into the fist.
So Chug takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage to the eye.
Wow.
2. Minimum is 1.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's 1 plus strength mod, isn't it?
Yep.
There's a honking sound as you punch me.
It doesn't come from him. It's just coincidence.
That's Throneport.
Always
You punched
honking.
me. Why did you punch me?
I thought that was the agreement.
No, you're going to punch me later. But you've already punched me once for free, so you have to pay for it next time.
I'll punch you later for free too.
That's fair.
What? Why? How? How is that fair?
Chug is a little punch drunk at the moment. It's okay. He's very surprised.
Does he look happy?
He looks
You're a
content.
masochist. Christ. Does he look a little too happy?
Nah. He looks like he's achieved Chugvana.
Great. We can all be so lucky. So we go to the place with the thing.
Indeed. Again, doesn't take you too long, but it is getting very late at night at this point. So we waited for it to get very dark and for most of the guards to go into the ship. We'll say it's getting close to midnight at this point, with the travel included. You arrive at House Thrask, the intimidating but small building that you saw before, only now there is light coming from the barred windows and through cracks in the door around the slide. Things like that.
Should I just ask nicely, or do you want to make it weird again? Is it weird if we don't make it weird because we made it weird last time?
I'd be more suspicious, yeah. Go up there and knock and be as weird as possible.
I don't know how to be weird.
I
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
All right, go ahead. Passy walks up, knocks on the door, and the slide opens.
Hi, did you find Stevie yet?
Steve. Oh, it's you. He kind of looks past you for a second. Who's the others in the back?
Punch me now, punch me now.
I punch him.
Roll me another check.
I try to dodge into it this time.
Go
Can
in
I
the
give?
door.
Can I help you to give you advantage on punching me?
Nice.
Sure, I'll allow Chug to help you punch him.
You still miss.
You're still a little
You
woozy.
miss. You swing your fist, and Chug tries to dodge into it like he did before, but he accidentally dodges underneath it. It's poor timing. Do you want to act like the punch connected?
Yes.
'Cause you do have a sore eye already.
I
Alright,
poked
roll
myself
me-
in the eye to act properly.
Roll me performance. It's like a fifth grade performance, like a mock punch.
Oh, mine eye! What hath befallen him?
Meow,
Like-
for what reason did you punch me in the eye?
It's like Squid goes to punch you, completely whiffs, you dodge out of the way, just instinctively, and then a few seconds later you realize that that's not what you're supposed to do, and then you like fall back like you got hit. Like, hold
Which
on.
is weird because he started by saying punch me.
Yes. Anyways,
Oh. Did you find him?
and you do notice that there's only one eye looking through the slide, and an eye patch. We did find him. Yes, he wasn't hard at all to find. Did you even look for him?
All day.
He was literally just passed out in an alleyway with like all of his things on him. I assume he was trying to get somewhere and then just couldn't make it.
If you don't mind, where in the city did you find him?
He was in the Thrain Zone, not far from the House Lorendar.
Of course.
Pretty
Was
drunk.
he seeming to head north? Maybe fleeing the city?
Not north. No, he seemed headed east.
Oh, good. We can probably trust him then. And I definitely didn't just have to do my compass in my head.
There's a compass on the map.
It only says north, okay?
You don't know what way east is on a map.
Yeah, no, don't forget.
No.
Just never eat soggy waffles, right? That's the order.
Weast.
You got to count
It's,
in the
it's important to remember,
counterclockwise direction.
yeah, any SW, and you just increase radians as you go.
Yes, exactly.
Can I touch your eye?
What? Why? We'll
To
get
fix
to
it.
that.
I fix things. Like people.
You fix eyes.
It's part of a person. It probably works.
Roll persuasion.
Damn, that's the worst.
I
I rolled a 2.
I
I'm not
think
getting great rolls.
I think I'll pass. And actually, I was going to get to that as well. I was going to charge you all 100 gold, to pick up this lad. But unfortunately, during our search, we encountered some medical expenses, as I'm sure you're aware. He looks at Chug.
Is it gonna cost less because you have a copper in your head?
No, I had the copper removed and most of the eye with it.
You really should let Passy take a look at it. I beat a man almost to death and she brought him back to, well, the state that he's in now. I suppose you know that better than me.
He's okay.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
What? He's the one who blinded the guy.
That's why I'm saying disadvantage. I really would rather stay away from all of you right now, but I'm going to ask for double the cost now. And then we can just all go our separate ways and forget all about this.
I really should have fixed that when it happened, huh?
Well, you gonna pay up, or are we gonna hold your boy Stefan here until you eventually do pay up?
It's probably better for his health
No,
if you
we're
hold
fine.
on to him.
Well, fair enough. The slide closes.
All right, everybody pitch in 5 platinum.
I feel like this was a bad plan that went bad, that got made worse by that guy. And I just point at Chug.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Would you
If we're
say?
determined to redeem him, I'll pay the full cost.
Would you say it's situation normal, all fucked up?
Hey!
That'll drop.
And my last
Nice.
journal entry didn't save. Lovely.
Rip. Yeah, you gotta click the save button.
Ah.
We're shooting for Snafu Bar.
Shooting for what?
Snafu Bar.
Hmm.
That sounds pretty advanced.
We'll get there. Don't worry. That'll be the progression.
Start there, then there's nowhere to go.
Hmm. Point. So, do you all chip in 5
I'll pay the full.
Okay. Chug
Okay, the whole
pays
thing. Okay.
the full 25. Is it you who knocks on the door, Chug?
Yes.
Alright, the slide opens up and kind of looks back and forth before having to shift, like, the head on the other side of the door shifts up so it can look lower.
Somebody holding you
Oh,
up.
it's you.
Yes.
You're gonna pay up after all, then. This time, don't throw it through the slide, please. Just...
You're making it really difficult for me to not just dump it through. I really want to dump it through.
The door opens up and a hand comes out.
I'll put the money into his hand.
Okay, he accepts it, and then...
I'm glad you're not beating him up like you said you were gonna.
You said what now?
It's very big.
Nobody said that. It's not a real death threat, sir.
You know what?
Did I say I was gonna beat him up? I can't remember.
For the sake of us all just going our separate ways, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that.
You say you were gonna beat him up and take all of the money.
No, not him. Somebody else.
Either way, I've got all the money now, so...
Are you saying you want him to beat you up?
No.
No, he's not saying that. Let's not beat anybody up. Please go, sir boy.
Does he feel insulted because there was a mock play about him getting his eye hurt as soon as the door
He just seems, like, really done with everything. He's just kind of like... He's got, like, one hand up to his face, just rubbing his face, like, come on.
This is the chillest dude I've ever seen.
He just got paid 300 gold, so to be
Yeah,
fair.
but he literally lost an eye today and then
Mhm.
just went back to work.
Welcome
Probably
to
know
House
someone who
Thrask.
can give him an ersatz eye for like
That's
a
just
buck.
what happens in Throneport.
He didn't even like go get dudes to come out and kick the shit out of the guy that did it. He was just like, well, I guess I have one eye now. We will continue doing the job they asked us to.
Yep.
I mean, magical healing from clerics is not that expensive.
It's also literally a
just pay-
throwaway joke. I wasn't expecting to be taken this seriously. Ah, yes, unnamed NPC got his eye taken out. Funny, haha.
I'm sorry, Jordan. We hurt somebody, and we need to acknowledge this is serious.
I don't wanna.
He's the chillest dude.
Yes.
I hurt himself today just to see if he could feel.
Anyways, he just he disappears behind the door for a second, and then Stefan just kind of gets rolled out the door with a very large sack. Not around him, but he is carrying a very large sack. He does not seem conscious, and he was just kind of unceremoniously somersaulted against his will out the door.
It took us 15 hours game time and 6 hours real time to not roll the investigation check to find
Yes.
this guy in the alley outside of his own.
Correct.
Ouch.
Yes. I was literally like, okay, DC 10 investigation check. Who's gonna roll it? Nobody did. Okay.
I could have sworn we asked to look for him in the alleys. I guess we just never
No,
got around to
it's
it.
fine. This ended up way funnier, so it's fine.
We checked his apartment. What else do you want, man?
Someone to roll tracking in his apartment.
Well, now we have a friend in the Bounty Hunters Guild, so it's okay.
Yes. Stefan is snoring lightly at all of your feet.
Did you say a friend?
Yes.
He's the chillest dude.
Don't you mean a wheel slave?
No. We have a wheel slave in front of us. We have a find slave, except he's not a slave because we pay him money. And when you pay people money to do stuff, they're called friends.
Wage slaves.
Wage slaves, there you go. I'm gonna tie a rope around Stefan's foot and start dragging him back to the Raven.
Don't do that.
Is he awake?
He will be
Stefan
soon.
is snoring at your feet.
Is he drunk again?
How much nighttime is left?
He does smell like wine.
I'm gonna cure his poison again.
Okay. You do, and again, the alcohol just evaporates out of his pores. But he's still snoring.
And then I'm just going to, like, poke him in the face. Like, over and over again.
What? Hello?
Long
Who?
after he wakes up.
What day is it?
I believe it's tomorrow.
It's not your day.
That's not helpful. That neither is that.
I don't know,
It's-
Tuesday?
Oh, it was Friday.
Is it morning or night?
Nighttime. Can you walk if he drags you by the foot?
I can walk without him dragging me by the foot easier.
Do that.
Oh, okay.
I unrope him.
Where are we?
I don't know.
We
You're in
are
front of
outside
the-
House Thrask
Why?
because we couldn't find you and they found you for us.
Oh, okay. Sure. That makes sense, I guess.
You again failed to show up for your meeting. Once
We're
more, we
going
had
that
to
way.
expend resources to find you. You are building yourself up a deficit. I hope you're prepared to pay it off. I raise and lower my eyebrows suggestively, in a way that implies he's going to do a lot of piloting for us.
Yeah, that's the meaning he took from it.
Roll me an intimidation check.
That's not seduction?
It is now.
It is now, yes, after that roll. He looks at you and just kind of like he just kind of like shakes for a second, just like trying to shake off whatever feeling he just got.
I put the rope back in my
let's
pack.
just get going. Yes.
Yes. I'll be right behind you every step of the way, so don't try running.
Can someone else be right behind me instead, please?
No. He has the rope.
He looks hopefully at Squid and Garfield.
Yes, I will walk behind you.
Thank you. He starts to slowly shuffle away from Chug.
Chug will not directly follow.
Can we have nap time now?
Yeah, we need nap time.
Well, I'm wide awake now.
Well, we were looking for you while you were sleeping, so you're just going to have to put up with us sleeping, I suppose.
I could just drink myself back to sleep again.
Can you not, please?
You already had all the booze you're allowed today.
How much longer is left in today?
Till I wake up from nap time. We go home.
All right. You guys make your way back to Devilish Raven. At this point, it's dark. There's somebody else at the bar, not Gary. Gary appears to be, you assume, sleeping.
The slacker.
There's no one at the bar besides whoever is just watching over the store. But they are aware of Gary's arrangement with you, and so you're all let up to your rooms. Where is Stefan sleeping? Or staying? Is he staying in one of your rooms?
Do we all have separate rooms?
Yes.
Yes, he's staying in my room so that I can, wake up if he tries to leave or something, or if someone tries to kill him. I don't know.
Okay.
Sleep up against the door.
Do we successfully long rest?
You do indeed successfully long rest. Garfield, make me a perception check at disadvantage. Just you're sleeping and see if you notice anything of him trying to get out.
You can put Stefan in one room and put all his stuff in the
Tried so hard.
Does try to leave the room, but despite that low perception check, he rolled even lower on stealth. So he tries to creak open the door, and it hits his foot while he's trying to open the door, and you hear that, and you wake up.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, I can't sleep, so I was thinking I could go get a drink, and then that'll put me to sleep.
You're going to stay here where you're safe, and you don't need to drink to sleep. If you need me to knock you out, I can do that.
Roll intimidation. All right, fine, fair enough. He lays back down on the floor.
Can I lock my bedroom door?
You could lock it from the inside, yeah, but it could just be unlocked again from the inside.
Right, yeah, okay.
I turned this knob. You won't turn this knob before you turn this knob.
How much brain does he seem to have? Can I put invisible locks on the door?
Invisible locks on the door?
Tell him there are invisible locks.
You can try.
I'm not gonna.
Just go full parent on him. I will know if you touch this. I will know.
Exactly, yeah. I won't give you as much whiskey tomorrow, kid.
Yes. Anyways, he doesn't try again, and the long rest passes successfully. And so it is the next morning.
All right. Now we have not too long to plan our overtaking of this boat.
They were waiting for him, guy, boat buyer man, to go get the boat for 2 days now.
Was that a real sentence?
I don't think so. Try that again, Patsy.
It made more sense in common.
It didn't. What if the guy who bought the boat moved it already? Why is it taking like 2 days to go get his boat?
I'm telling you, they're looking for a pilot, and probably finding them is terrible to work with, Stefan.
But
Sorry,
you
Stefan.
also said they can just use a regular boat. Guy.
Well, yes, but he has to have a magical tattoo. And the others are too self-respecting. They need someone like Stefan. And he's hard to pin down. Sorry, Stefan.
Do you have to be drunk to fly a skyboat?
Well, I've never flown one before, so I prefer to be, yes.
Have you used a regular boat?
Yes. Never flown an airship, though, no.
We'll figure it out.
So, for 2 days, they've been looking for someone who can fly a boat that's sitting at where all the people who can drive boats put their boats, and they couldn't find one.
That seems unlikely to me, yeah.
So why is it still there?
Well, if I had to guess, I would say the person who it's for isn't ready to accept it yet. Or maybe they're out of town? I don't know. It would take a particular structure to have it docked properly. Maybe they just haven't had that set up yet. Seems like an oversight, but could be.
And wouldn't it be a tragedy if that structure failed?
I know, right? Mm-hmm.
Can't even imagine.
A bard would write a song about it.
Maybe, yeah.
Who are you talking to?
God.
Understandable.
Which one?
Camera, clearly.
Yes, all praise camera.
Oh my goodness, we need to start the cult of Chimera.
Chimera watches all. Chimera is always present no matter where you go.
Yes, the all-seeing eye, the omnipresent.
He doesn't see you naked unless you RP it. I think the fat, dumb guy that wants us to do crimes that everyone's gonna see in a town where they can track down anybody, that's gonna know that this one guy that we have is the one who stole the skyboat and has tracked him down before, might be making us do a bad thing that will be bad at us instead of for us.
I have an idea. And it does not involve a homeless man this time. It is far more subtle. You see, I will disguise myself as Stefan, and I will make a fool of myself in public while you are stealing away the ship, so that Stefan couldn't possibly have been connected to it.
How would we get you on the boat?
You can pick me up later. Or I can take the train.
The boat in the sky.
You'll go the same place I'll go, or something like that. I don't need to be with you immediately. It might be for the best if I'm not.
And you also fake his death.
Yes. If
This
by
is-
his death we mean my death. And we do, because I'll be him. I've done it before.
This is flawless, so let's do it that way.
I can fake someone's death.
Ow.
You can also reel someone's death.
I can make someone not really dead for an hour, but look like they're really dead.
Or we could kill him. Just putting that out there.
Bringing him back from the dead is a thing that's harder to do.
I don't like necromancers. I'd prefer we didn't do that.
Ugh.
What, pray tell, is wrong with necromancy?
Oh, nothing. I just don't like them as people. I've never
That
met
makes
a
sense.
necromancer
Bad
I
habits.
liked.
Have you met many necromancers?
No, but 100% of the ones I have been assholes.
Fair enough.
If I fake kill him, I have to wait till tomorrow.
Why do you always have to wait till tomorrow? Oh my god.
I don't know.
If we gave Stefan enough alcohol, he would look like he was dead. Perhaps then I could pretend to be him flying the ship, if we could convince the ship that I was him.
Stefan doesn't say anything, but he just nods along with that plan.
Then, I don't know it then, but I think there is a then.
If we could convince the ship that you were Stefan, then we wouldn't need Stefan to begin with.
Oh, we shouldn't have picked you up, Stefan, I'm sorry.
We could have
What?
avoided blinding the guy.
You blinded someone.
Yes, but
It was just for a joke.
Yeah, I didn't
Just,
I didn't think it was
see.
gonna do anything. You see
Yes.
better than him.
He shrugs it off.
Our only problem now is that it is daytime, and we're going to have to wait until nighttime to do anything meaningful. Probably, maybe, I would assume.
Then why didn't we do it last night when I was wide awake?
I was sleepy.
People were sleepy. I was sleepy.
Why do you need to wait till tomorrow? It is tomorrow from yesterday.
Cause
Why?
I gotta do it when I wake up.
You just woke up.
I woke up earlier.
God damn it, woman.
I didn't know to do that when I woke up.
You're a pain in the ass. Go play with her rock.
I have
You're
the
not
rock
nice.
from yesterday. Would you like to play with it?
Yes.
I give you the rock.
It's basically backwards hockey.
What?
Use the little rock to hit a stick.
Should call it loop, because it's like pool but backward.
We went from planning a heist to naming games very quickly.
Yes, we do that a lot.
I see.
That's why it took us so long to find you.
I think I could follow the conversation a little bit better with some wine. What do you all say?
Mm.
Isn't it 7:30 a.m.? Oh, that's fair.
Only a little wine, Stefan.
Can you
Gary,
define that
pints
amount
of
for
wine now around?
As in, I will pour you the
Pints.
wine that you may drink. If you can convince me to give you more wine, you may have more wine.
Can I have more wine?
You may have some wine, you haven't had any yet.
But you said if I could convince you to have more, then I could have more.
Yes, you're not doing a very good job convincing me.
Why not?
That's a fair question.
The eyebrows again.
Gary, may we have a suitable breakfast wine?
What the hell's a breakfast one?
Breakfast.
I have no idea. I'm interested to find out.
Just a screwdriver.
I have one kind of wine here.
Yeah, that will do.
I'm hungry.
Strange that you only carry breakfast wine, Gary.
Yeah, I suppose so, isn't it? Mm.
You just plunk a sausage in it.
Gotta get the right aftertaste.
bloody
you know?
Gary.
Yeah. Oh no! Yep, that's
My
canon.
dad
That's
will
canon.
order a cocktail that has bacon in it if, like, when the bar near us does breakfast on, like, St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, I could see that. To be there.
Sounds interesting for sure.
It has an egg, too.
Hmm.
And if you're then throwing that in a pan, I could see that. I don't know that I'd want it.
Nope, it's in a glass. I think,
Yeah,
I
that's-
think
that's
there's
less
bacon
interesting
grease
now.
as well. It's a pretty strange. My dad's
Ooh.
weird.
Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore.
Oh yeah, because you hate eggs too.
Yep. Okay.
That's
Anyways,
exactly what Gary serves up.
yes,
I
we'll
think
say
there's a
that's
lot of
canon.
alcohol in it though. So.
Gary serves up. No, it's not that. It's wine with just a sausage garnish in each glass. This is
Perfect.
breakfast wine. That is canon, and we are indeed calling that the Bloody Gary.
I get one for me and one for Stefan. How much does that cost me?
Do I really want a napkin math? A Bloody Gary? Let's say 3 silver each. Why not?
Okay.
I buy actual breakfast.
Say a silver for breakfast.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thank you.
This was 2 copper yesterday.
Look at them. We're saving time, Stefan.
You are annoying, Gary. He has increased his prices.
It also caused a lot.
Gary
of
will remember that.
How much the chairs cost?
He's also, he's offered you to stay in his rooms until you get out of town, and you just haven't left town.
And I have another room. I'm just choosing to stay here.
He's subsidizing the room costs with your food costs.
Yeah, he was expecting us to stay for like one night maybe, and we're just like all week. You say?
Yes, precisely.
We're like in-laws.
After we eat and drink, does Stefan try to get me to buy him more wine?
Of course he does.
Stefan, why should I give you more wine?
Why not?
Because we have a job to do, and you're less likely to do your job with more wine.
I think the opposite's true.
Already, why is that?
Because I've never flown an airship sober before.
Yes, neither have I.
I've flown an airship before.
I've never flown an airship drunk.
That's
either.
besides the point.
Have you flown an airship drunk?
I plead the fifth.
Well, you're not getting a fifth. And here's the thing, if you start flying the airship drunk, then we are not going to know how different it is when you fly it drunk and sober. If you start out sober, we can give you wine halfway through and see how different it is.
See, that sounds like the ideal situation for me, if it was just always.
Well, then we'll get more wine later.
I can just undrunk him.
Shut up, spread away.
If you're gonna do that constantly, why should I stick with you?
Because I'm going to think about hurting you every time you do it just to get off with drinking more wine. I'm not going to do it because I want to, but because you make me, and that makes me sad. Which will make me do it harder, because I hit things harder when I'm sad.
I'm starting to feel like I should just go back to my room.
Yeah, that probably would be best for your safety, but I'm afraid that's no longer an option. There are a lot of people looking for you, Stefan. People with darker designs on your health than me.
Roll me deception. Or intimidation, your choice. Oh, well that's good to know, thank you. Yes, I guess I will stick with you after all.
Anytime, Stefan.
So, about plans.
Yeah, those would be good to have one there.
Yeah, especially if there
do
are
we
people
get-
coming after me. I'd like to leave town sooner than not.
How do we get all of us on the skyboat? Because it's up.
Perhaps we could drop a ladder and swim to the ladder and climb up the ladder.
I assume we climb up, yes. Seems likely to me.
After that point, we dispense of the guards, and then we leave with the skyship. And then
It is worth mentioning we'll need to bring our own ladder.
yes, I imagine that's not too difficult to come up with.
Do they not have one on the boat?
Did they have a ladder near it?
What
You
happens
did
when
not see
someone
one,
falls off?
But that doesn't mean there wasn't one, to be fair. You didn't explore a ton of the area, you were kind of avoiding guards.
Sure
What
was.
What happens when someone falls off of the boat when they're out at sea? Do they just let them drown, or do you think they probably have a ladder they throw overboard?
Would you use a ladder for that?
What else would you use? I guess there's ropes. We could climb a rope.
That would be my choice.
Yay, rope. What if we used ropes to make a ladder?
I can just fly to it and then put down a rope.
Yes, I assumed that was what we were going to do.
Yes, that sounds fine.
I feel maybe Garfield should do it instead of you, Passy. You're a little bit more noticeable than him.
I'm sorry, what are we doing with the people on the boat?
Probably gonna kill him. Maybe knock him out. Depends on if they see us or not.
We avoid them until they make a very bad decision.
Oh yes, that. I always forget that step.
That way it's their fault that they died.
Frankly, they knew what they were doing when they took the job. There are many other jobs that don't put you in martial strife with people, and they chose none of them.
That's fair, yeah.
Frankly, by entering combat with them, we are just justifying the wages of anyone else who is a god. If it weren't for people like us, you wouldn't have to pay them anything.
Are they guards? Or are they just boat people?
If you're left on the boat overnight, then you're a god, because otherwise you would be having fun in town.
Was a person guarding the skyboat, so there's one guard.
Did he appear to be guarding the skyboat or just guarding and near the skyboat?
And he
I
was
don't know,
just
you
kind
can-
of keeping watch over that deck, it looked like.
I can't believe I forgot to ask this earlier. Were they actually armed?
Yes. They didn't
Okay.
seem heavily
Just-
armed, but, enough to deter really simple thieves that more of a increasing their resistance than, a true armed force, but...
Yeah, I would describe us as incredibly simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cassie, are you not going to suggest just walking onto the boat and asking them politely for the skyboat?
No, we tried that.
Did we?
When did we try that?
You never asked them for the boat, you just asked them about the boat.
Yeah, but they said it's going to somebody else.
But did you ask them?
I mean, if
What
you're
if we
polite-
pretend to be the somebody else whose boat it is?
Ooh, I like that idea. Do you imagine he has paperwork?
But we don't even know what their names are.
I've been saying we should figure out who they are for 3 days.
Why haven't you found out who they are then, woman? Damn.
I know a guy who could probably find out for us.
Who?
How many eyes does he have?
Probably one. He was really good at finding you, Stefan, and we tried everything we could think of and couldn't find you. He's better than all of us put together at finding people.
We should ask his name and backstory.
Well, you see, he's a half-orc, and one day he lost an eye.
One day.
Backstory
indeed.
done.
Turns out not everybody's interesting.
Hmm.
I'm just surprised that the bounty hunter dude wasn't. He's more interesting now that we found him.
He was the chillest bounty hunter. What gun does he have to his back that keeps him from throttling potential clients for doing him bodily harm?
He probably has a really nice house.
Capitalism.
You have to pay for healing. That's American healthcare. Do they not have guards at the bounty house?
Maybe they have heal slaves in the basement.
Is everything a slave to check?
He's seen some really dark days in his youth.
I mean, if they did, he'd have 2 eyes.
Is Gary just your food and wine slave?
Yeah, he's the slave and board.
Mm-hmm.
room and slave, something there. The slave and breakfast.
Why?
Well, I would suggest sending him to see who's being delivered the boat. However, that would take another whole day. And by then they'll probably just pick the damn boat up if they haven't already.
Probably. What if we lie in wait for the person who's gonna go pick up the boat, then beat him up and take his clothes, and then pretend to be him? We can even ask him some questions about who he is and where his passport is.
What if they don't come to pick up the boat till they build a whole boat thing?
Well, then we have a lot of time to do it in.
Do we have to pay Stevie for that time?
Probably. Mm.
I mean, I'd prefer that you do.
Yes, the ideal situation is we don't, but I'm afraid the amount of force it would take you to agree to not take the payment is a line that I don't want to cross today, so... Yeah.
He kind of blinks at you. So you do have some boundaries, then?
Oh, I have many boundaries. I have boundaries
They're
all over the
false.
place. Some of them are gravy. Gravy? No, grainy. Some of them are... Some of them are thicker. You'll find them someday.
Are you still talking about gravy?
Are some of them painfully thick?
Was there gravy in your drink?
Ew.
Some of my boundaries are painfully thick.
Are
Some
they-
of them are
are-
thick as a bowl of gravy.
Are some of them so thick they alert the guards when you're trying to sneak by?
They do that
That's
sometimes.
pretty thick.
So what are our options? We have sneak a boat and do it all ourselves. We have find the identity of the person who rightfully owns it. Do we have others?
If we sneak on the boat at night, and we just put everybody to sleep, and then steal it, so they don't chase after us with their boat.
And by sleep, you mean kill them, right?
No.
She means kill them.
I just kind of assumed that, yeah.
So we sneak onto the boat and keep everybody aboard. And make off with the skyboat. Why not just make off with the boat and the skyboat? We have two boats.
I suggested that.
I can only drive one at a time.
We'd only need to drive one at a time. The skyboat is on the boat.
Yep. Fair point.
What if they chase us in their boats? I thought we were taking the skyboat because they can't chase it in skyboats because there's no skyboats.
I mean, everybody on the boat will be dead, but nobody will know we killed them. We'll just make off with the boat.
We shouldn't kill people.
Why not?
Cause
I am more than happy with rendering them unconscious and giving them chances to surrender.
Render them unconscious and then toss them off the side of the boat. Then we didn't kill them. The water did.
They'll probably wake up when they hit the water.
Well, that makes sense to me.
And we're completely guiltless.
We could row them down the gangplank. Well, if we took the boat, where would we take the boat? Do the wardens have their own boat to chase people who steal boats?
Hold on. I need to unpack the
Sorry.
whole boat thing. Hold on. Okay, so can you repeat
the
the question
boat
again?
is the bottom boat.
Yeah.
Is there a coast guard? Is the question.
Yeah, how much harder is it gonna be to get away with stealing an entire boat?
A lot harder.
Then, okay. Does Chug know this?
Probably not, to be fair.
Okay.
Do we need a
Then he
crew
is all
for the
for it.
boat? Because there's a crew for the boat.
I wonder if we could pay the crew of the boat.
Crew would be very helpful, yes.
We what if we bribe them to let us take the boat and the
Well,
sky boat?
works for me.
So we'd buy the boat.
I don't know that I have enough money for that.
That was my first plan.
It's not a good plan. Permanent bribery is expensive. And by permanent bribery, I mean the legal exchange of money for goods.
But why are we stealing the large boat?
Why are we stealing the little boat?
Well,
I just figured that way we
suppose
have
I
two
don't
boats.
know that, but I figured if we're just trying to steal the little boat, why do we need the big one?
The boat is too small.
I still don't know why we're stealing the other boat.
We need the
Neither
little
do
boat
I.
so we can fly places and do adventures for our benevolent patron.
If we had the boat, then we'd have like a base that we can land the sky boat on.
Only if we keep it. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna have a hard time keeping it. There are piranhas in the water. And there are people who will come after us because we took a very expensive boat. It'll be hard for us to hide it. Maybe. I don't know.
Can you hide skyboats in the sky?
You can hide it in little caves on the mainland, I bet. We might be eaten by horrific demons, but it's possible.
Steal the boat and take it to another town. Trade it for a different boat. Then no one will know what boat we're in.
Chug's mind is blown.
This is boat laundering.
Well, it'll magically stay afloat as long as we keep it up. I mean, technically, if you don't ever want it to land anywhere, I could just pick you up and drop you off places.
I feel that would be a terrible idea, Stefan. You managed to find your way into an alley and lie drunkenly in your own feces after like 10 minutes. If we give you a boat, you're going to go to like Parrot Island and lose the boat in exchange for like an entire cask of rum that you'll immediately drink and then drown yourself in. We will pay someone 300 more gold to find you and they'll just dump your corpse at our feet. And Passy will say things about how it's a little hard for her to bring you back to life. So we'll turn your body into a puppet and do our dark bidding that way. And then you're not a part of our lives anymore, Stefan, and that's very sad.
Should I just go to the police?
I'm starting to
That
think that as
escalated
well.
pretty fast.
Yes.
I think I should just go.
If you go, I'll go with you. Yeah, I'll be your second witness.
Well, none of that's
Chug's
going to
just-
happen, Stefan, because we're not going to give you a boat to destroy your own life with.
You're on good.
It's because we're responsible, Stefan.
I mean, if you just let me drink, I won't have a reason to go anywhere else.
Well, that's what we thought, and then you ended up in an alley, and we had to pay someone to find you.
This
If
is
he's
why.
on the boat, he won't just fall
See,
off.
I was already nicely drunk, and then you forced it all out of me, and I had to go get drunk again, you see? You don't do that, there's no
No.
problem.
No, I don't
Why
see.
do
Because you
I don't
didn't
think
end
you
up at
guys
the Raven.
understand.
Why did you take all your belongings with you?
Because I thought we were going on a trip.
We are. Okay. So here's how it's going to work. We are going to give you a harness, and you can drink as much as you want while you're on the boat, and if you trip and fall off, you will just dangle off the side.
I mean, I also know Featherfall.
Won't
It's
he
a
hit
long
the
way down.
What's that?
Won't he hit the fire?
It's a possibility.
Can you cast magic while you're drunk?
Sure, why not?
That's also fair.
Doesn't take much brain
You've
power
heard
at all.
of bards, right?
He holds up his arm with like a tattoo running from his wrist to his elbow, and, well, which is the dragon mark. He says, it all really comes from here, not from my head, so it doesn't really matter.
So it's all in your arm.
I think it's more so in my blood, but yeah, it does tend to focus through the arm, yeah.
So
Neither of those are to
basically,
give you ideas, Chug.
all we need is your arm and your blood.
I
I know a
suppose
man who...
I don't know enough to dispute that,
Okay,
but I would
Pass,
recommend against it.
Shush. Passy, how good would you be at taking his arm and grafting it onto somebody else?
We would give you someone else's arm and blood. Don't worry. We would not kill you.
Yeah, that was totally the intention.
I can probably do that.
Okay.
I guess we need a homeless man indeed.
No.
Why don't
Why
we
do we
just
need a
have-
homeless man for this? We have him.
He looks to
He wants to
Passy
trade
again and says, is that about now the time we should be going to the police then?
No, who wants to trade arms with Stefan?
Yeah, you just trade arms. You don't need another guy.
That's fair.
Lay down on that table.
I'd like to keep my arm, personally, if I have a say in this.
When are you possibly going to use it, Stefan? You had
Well,
no
she-
intention of flying before we asked you to fly.
It's a lot cheaper for us to just take the arm. We'll give you like a lump payment for it.
I will give you wine continuously if we don't need you.
We might need to swap the heart too if it's in his blood.
I guess I don't know enough about biology to dispute that. This is becoming more complicated.
I can do it.
I'd really rather not.
Isn't blood
And
made-
drink less.
Isn't blood made in the bone marrow?
I thought
It
blood
is.
was made in the nose, but
I didn't
You
mean
know.
literally my blood. It's in my genes.
The arm has a
hmm,
bone. Okay, take.
I know a genomancer somewhere.
Ah.
Yeah, he does strange things.
It just makes pants.
Yes.
a denomancer.
Well,
Yeah, responsible for such abominations as jorts and jackets.
the aberrations of the couturier world.
Denomancy is even more frowned upon than necromancy.
Well, Stefan, I just hope you remember this conversation the next time you're trying to convince me to give you more wine. Not because it necessarily means anything concrete, it's just, you know, another conversation. Conversations are good to remember.
See, I'm still not finding any of those boundaries you talked about before.
Yes, I am looking for them quite hard myself. Please let me know if you find one.
So are we not taking his arm off?
At the moment, I don't think we need it.
I stopped sharpening my dagger and put it away.
That would have taken a while.
We got all day.
If only we had your greatsword from the other campaign. It's real good at separating off things.
I want to go buy thicker armor. But I don't know how to update this sheet.
And I can help with that. What armor do you want to buy?
Studded leather. Because I got leather.
There's a button that says add.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was having all kinds of problems with AC before, and I don't know if it's going to manage to realize which things are equipped and not equipped.
I don't know. It apparently had my IC wrong.
Yep. I think I fixed that, though, but it might not be
You
fixed.
said
It's worked fine for me. It was previously resetting every time I updated my money. Now it's content to sit where it should.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and remove the money for studded leather, which is what?
Not
75 gold.
45 gold pieces.
For studded leather?
Yeah.
Studded's not expensive.
Yeah, I just thought it was 75 gold, not expensive, not 45 gold, not expensive.
There you
And
go.
I guess I'd sell my old armor. It's pristine.
You haven't taken a hit yet, yeah. So 10 gold pieces back for that armor, say. And there you go, your armor class is now 16.
That's as high as it's ever gonna be. And I also want to casually ask the guy I buy it from if he knows who owns the skyboat.
The what now?
As the boat's on fire, it goes in the air.
An airship?
Uh-huh.
There's an airship in Throneport? We don't have a dock for that.
It's on another boat. I
Oh.
don't know why.
No, no idea. Sorry.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And it's 5 o'clock. I need to be going. So that's where we'll close there. You guys found Stefan. You discussed removing his arm, which he objected to. You discussed a lot of things that he objected to, but he's still with you somehow. You blinded a bounty hunter, or half blinded him, at least. Snuck onto a boat, didn't get caught, and yeah. That was the session.
We've accomplished nothing.
Stefan needs to learn to be more of a team player.
Yes.
Try and work with him here.
He's got a
Stockholm
sacrifice his
syndrome
arms.
setting in every day now.